Here we are then, Abu Dhabi, the venue for the final race of Season 2. It's the finale and it's the battle for the World Championship between myself and George Russell. 4 points apiece, and it's going to be very close, dead even, heading into this finale in terms of margins. So guys, before we jump into the action, check out the last race, Las Vegas. It was a very, very insane race, pretty much the race of the series if I were to go that far. It sets up this finale in a very interesting way, and let's just say pretty much whoever finishes ahead is going to win this championship, and that is going to be very close. So guys, spoiler warning as we jump into the season results. So second place in the Drivers' Championship, we are 4 points behind George Russell. For this race, pretty much whoever finishes ahead is going to get the job done. It's very simple. For us, the target is to win the race. One thing I'll note is we have more race wins, so in the event of a tie, we will win the championship. The constructors, that went to Mercedes in the last race, so we cannot win that anymore. So full focus is on the Drivers' Championship, and we are in it for ourselves, in it to win it, and we're going to see how we get on. We rushed an upgrade onto the last episode, and it has arrived onto the car today, the fuel injection, which is going to help improve fuel efficiency for this race. Now, besides that, we look at the progression chart. Mercedes have also countered with a pretty big upgrade of their own. It's a bit better than ours as they edge ahead of us heading into this race. So they're looking to respond and, cover ground. Either way, you can see the results. 4 wins in a row recently and a P5 recovery after starting last in Las Vegas in the last episode. So that has really set the tone for this weekend's event. Now, practice is the first thing on the agenda, and we had pretty decent pace. Quickest at the time when finishing our practice program laps. As you can see, tyre wear looking pretty standard. Fuel usage a bit lower than usual, so approx 45 kg of fuel, so we'll bear that in mind for the race. But yeah, that's not the important thing. If we look at the results, though, you can see P14, 1.5 off top on a soft tyre, so that tells me we're a bit off the pace. We was P4 in Vegas, so maybe a bit of time to be found, to be honest with you. Either way, we take home some pretty big R&D points, bringing our total up to nearly 5,000. So we'll spend those during the off season, hopefully getting a couple of major or ultimate upgrades onto the car. But yeah, that is it, guys, for practice for the final time. We are now ready for qualifying. And of course, our target, our reference is George. That is the only person we're looking at and the only person we're looking to beat. Here we go, one last time in the Chrome McLaren here under the floodlights in Yas Marina, and we're going to send it. Currently on our first time lap in Q1, getting, up to speed and seeing where the grip is and where the limit is around here as we make our way through the final sector. Closing out the first lap, and it's going to be a 1 minute 19.8 and P3, which is actually better than I thought. I actually underfueled by accident. I usually fuel for 2 runs, so I had to basically nail it in 1. And now we're at P8. We've got a 7/10 margin to P15 in safety. So yeah, a comfortable Q1 progression for us to start off qualifying. So yeah, Red Bull with their upgrades, 1-2 showing their pace. And to be fair, they could be a spanner in the works with their recent upgrade package. They were very fast in Las Vegas, and they're fast this weekend, and that could potentially get in the mix for that championship fight. Anyway, Q2, I'm actually back out on the exact same set of tyres as we're going for a new push lap, and we actually improved by a couple of tenths with a 19.6, albeit with the same tyres, but we made some very slight setup tweaks on the differential, and currently we're P8 yet again, but this time the margin to safety is a 10.5. So we're going to have to go out again, so we'll crack open a fresh set of soft tyres, and we'll go for another lap, hoping to progress into Q3, which I think we've got the pace for. So yeah, we're going to get to it as we start off the lap, already finding a bit of time on the exit as we make our way to turn 1, brake down to 4th gear, use all the curb on the exit, avoid the inside curb. Through turn 2 and 3, we go flat out. Important to get the inside curb at 3 to help rotate the car. Then down to turn 5, brake at the 50, down a 3rd gear, possibly 2nd. We use a bit of 2nd there just to rotate the car and then get the drive out of there. No need to short shift, just floor it out of there and get some decent exit speed onto the back straight. And right now, up by a 10.5, which is looking pretty decent. That would get us into a high 4 as we head into the chicane. Braking just after the 100 down a 3rd gear, floating through the apexes and then back on the power. Hamilton sets a new benchmark and we lose time. We lose a whole tenth through there. I think I should have used second gear through the left, and then, that opens up the right. Either way, we've lost a tenth in the middle sector, and we're P12 right now, 3 tenths down on Pierre Gasly in the top left. But sector 3 is my strong one, so this is where we find time. I've got a more higher downfall setup compared to the AI, so we're going to try and see if we can make up lap time through here as we look to close out the lap. Still not really finding time as we make our way through the hotel section, and still not finding any real improvement as we make our way into the final couple of corners. Checkered flag drops, and we do find some time now through the final corner. Up to the line we go, and it's P11, and we're out of qualifying, which is a big surprise, a really big surprise. I thought we was going to get through. I wasn't maybe pushing at 110% because I actually felt quite comfortable, and out of nowhere, some other cars have improved, found some time, Gasly being one of them, and also Piastri as well, improving into the top 8. So we've been caught out. Bit of a mistake, slacking, and also not really maximising the lap, and that is going to be qualifying over for us. So this just got a whole lot more tougher and a bit more complicated. An uphill climb for the race, starting outside the top 10. Russell in the top 4. We'll see where he qualifies in Q3. Hopefully it's not as high as that, but oh man, we are in a bit of trouble. As for the lap itself, I could have got through. We lost a 10th in the middle sector and didn't really improve in the final that much. I reckon I could have got through with a bit of a cleaner lap, but still, we're in a bit of trouble here, guys.
Welcome to the Yas Marina circuit for the finale of another thrilling Formula One season. It's been a breathtaking year, and we end it at a track that's been the scene of many glories and heartbreaks over its history. It's time to end the season in style. It's time for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. The Yas Marina circuit is made up of 3.28 miles of track, featuring 16 corners with 2 very long straights. DRS zones going into the heavy braking zones of both turn 5 and turn 7 offer plenty of potential for overtaking. The circuit comes with its fair share of tricky corners, which will certainly test a driver's braking management. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Verstappen, Perez, Leclerc, Gasly, Bottas, Oscar Piastri, Martinez, Tsunoda, Ocon, Zhou, Magnussen, Albon, Hulkenberg, Sainz, Sargent, De Vries and Théo Pourchaire. And now it's time to head down to the track. Anthony Davidson, a very warm welcome to you as you join me in the commentary box for today's event. They've been involved in a number of costly incidents lately. That's got to affect their mindset going into this race.
It's not an ideal situation by any means. When you get into a bad run like that, there's always a risk of frustration creeping in, which can cause more mistakes and locks you into this vicious cycle. Hopefully today they can get through turn 1 cleanly and stay calm for the rest of the race.
Here we go. Time for the season finale. P10 is our starting position. We've gained a place, so we're starting on the first 5 rows, but we have work to do. Russell is starting from second place, which is a bit of a problem. So I don't seem to have the pace this weekend, which is really not ideal in a situation where we are having to chase or beat Russell by 4 points in the championship. So we're going to have to pull something special out the hat. There could be a red flag, a safety car, VSC. You never know. That could always be a factor. But for this race, we are going to go for a one-stop, medium to hard. I'm going to trust that I can find the pace in the race and make it work. That's going to be the key thing here. Staying in the DRS is going to be crucial. I'm very strong in Sector 3. I'm a bit poor in Sector 1. So as long as I can stay close in the final sector and then, do a decent Sector 1, we should be able to stay in DRS all the time. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Fuel-wise, I'm going for about 0.5 more than what I need. So according to the race strategy program, it was about 44.5. We're going for 45.2. So we're just going to kind of play it safe, and that should do the trick. I don't really have a lot of adjustments to make. I've increased the tyre pressure, something I don't usually do, but I've actually gone a little bit higher. So I am hoping it will give us better tyre wear and not too much tyre overheating. So besides that, literally all we can hope for is just having a decent start. If we can get a good start, maybe break into the top 6, That would help. I'm also praying the Red Bulls show their OP pace and get the Mercedes cars, and also Lando can help us out. And yeah, we'll see if maybe at the race start, Russell, gets a bad start, we get a good one. One can hope. Anyway, guys, this is it. Can we win the championship? Prediction down below. Let me know what you think. Like the video. Let's try and smash over 1,000 likes on this finale. And let's get to work. And let's send it one last time. Right then. It all comes down to this. Here we go. Lights out, and away we go for the finale. Good start. Going to try and race down the inside here of Bottas. And we're going to get Piastri as well. Gasly on a set of soft tyres in the Alpine. I think Russell's taken the lead of the race, which is the worst case scenario. Up the inside of Leclerc. It's a bit of a timid lunge in case I take out one of the cars ahead, but we get the move done and get P7. Leclerc will now fight back down the inside. First signs that when we were a bit down on straight line speed, and we're going to go 3 wide here with Bottas and Leclerc. Braking as late as I can without potentially having contact. Gasly there gets set offline, and we're going to go through yellow flag. We'll take it. I think Bottas may have got caught up in a incident. Either way, P6. Really good start. Now we're going to see if we can keep up with these 5 ahead. I've passed the cars that I think I'm faster than, but these 5 in front have been in a different level all weekend, so we're about to find out in the acid test if we're up to the challenge or not. This is going to be the real test to see if we're on pace this weekend. Mercedes 1-2, Lando P3, so top 5 positions unchanged, but maybe the order within those has changed. No, Hamilton fast lap, so Russell P2 and Lando P3. That was a really good chicane. I've actually got myself in the mix here. Sector 3 coming up, which is where we're stronger. I think we might have pace, or at least we're giving ourselves a chance. I'm really bleeding time through Sector 1 though, which isn't ideal. Using all the battery to try and stay with Checo, but I think I might just miss out. It's going to be close. No, I think we've got it. Massive moment, although Checo himself might not have DRS to be fair, but crucially we've got it, so it gives us a bit of respite. They're going to battle up ahead, I'm sure they will at some point, so we've just got to try and stay as close as possible for as long as possible during this race. Perez does not have DRS, so he's already visually dropping back from Verstappen. Leclerc lurking, going to the outside. It's going to be a constant thing this race. The AI just gets such a good run out of turn 1 that it's just going to be impossible to stop them. Leclerc's going to try to pass here as well, so yeah, I mean, I can't compete with that. I cannot compete with that. It's going to be one of them races. That's okay. Again, we'll try and play the long game here, although Leclerc horribly gets out of line, so we're going to have to re-overtake him. This is really not what I want. No DRS on the back straight. This is the worst case scenario. And now Checo losing big time to the cars ahead. Leclerc's going to get another run here, probably. I'll use the battery tactically to try and defend. But it's not over yet. He's probably going to get the acceleration on the back straight again here and go through. We're not losing too much time to the top 4. The only issue is they're not battling. They're just following. Although I'll say that, I think right now Russell and Hamilton could be side by side, but yeah, we need the top 4 to really battle here. Leclerc again completely messing up the chicane. I shouldn't have let him go, but I can't stop the straight line speed. It's just insane. I'm going to go for it. Just wasting time. We'll run him out of road. Although this might cost us DRS with Checo. Right, no DRS. Thanks to Charles Leclerc. We'll have to let him go now. If we want to keep up with Perez, it's the best thing that can happen. We have to let him go. But we need Leclerc to just drive normal and just go for it. Waste no time. Hopefully he latches on to Perez and we'll keep the train in one piece. Let's see if he actually takes the chicane normal. Yes, he does. I lose so much time in the first sector that I just cannot get close enough to re-challenge. Really frustrating how the AI drive around it. I might be able to challenge on the second back straight. Top 4 still not really battling. The Merc's getting pretty close, but we need them to battle and to lose time. Also, I may have a chance here of passing Leclerc. Do I want to pass him? Let's go for it, why not? Let's see if we can try and get back onto Perez. I was happier following Checo. Okay, we'll let Leclerc go again. Let's see if he can hopefully latch onto Checo. The front four now are battling. A little bit anyway. We'll see how long it lasts. But it does seem like hopefully Russell, the second Merc, is in a battle with Verstappen. And Hamilton's broken away, so he's no longer giving them DRS. The front four have definitely lost some time. Hamilton seems to have broken away. And now Verstappen looking to go for a move. That second Merc doesn't have DRS anymore. Perez is closing. Now would be a good time to overtake Leclerc properly. Now we can get on to Checo. Gap is 1.3 approx. So we're going to go for it and waste no time. On the inside this time as we go through. Let's try and get back within Perez's DRS. Won't be easy, but we'll give it a shot. I think I'm faster on worn tyres like I usually am in most races. I think we're just going to miss out, unfortunately. I've dropped Leclerc though, so we're going to keep using battery on the back straight to see if I can maybe drop Leclerc, which would be nice, so then I can just sit behind Checo. Yeah, okay, we're going to have DRS now, which is good. Slowly come back into it now, into the fight with the top 4. Visually you can see they're closer. And we have dropped Leclerc. We're going to use a bit of battery here just to make sure we definitively drop him. Verstappen up into second place. Hopefully. They're going side by side right now, which would cost them some time. This is going our way right now. I like how this is going, although pit stop phase is approaching. Russell back to the P2. Pit stops next lap. Okay, so we're going to box this lap. I'm hoping Merc pit Hamilton first on preference and leave Russell out, battling with Lando. Checo should stay out, so this would be an undercut attempt of sorts. And we'll see if we can make it work. If Lando could battle with Russell on the in lap, that would be perfect. Got a little bit of battery charge, so we can use that on the out lap. Here we go then into the pits. We're going to go for it. Slow it down. Perfect. Right. Hamilton's in, so Russell stays out with Lando. Hopefully, Lando can do me a solid here. We need clean air. Big time. 2.2. Perfect stop. Slowly but surely dropping Leclerc. We've got push now though. Here we go.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track.
Albon's going to be right there with us. We're going to get out just in front, which is key. Now, can we pull away? Cold tyres, but yes, we can. We get a good gap there. Now we're going to use battery. We're going to use everything and push. Lando into P1, overtakes Russell. They could be going side by side right now, which is great. So we have to push. Yellow flag, just a bit further back I've just seen. Might be interesting. Got to keep pushing though, it's the Alfa Romeo. Lando Russell will hit this lap. Joe
Okay, I've got information on Joe for you. Okay, it looks like the problem's terminal. They're retiring the car.
No safety car, Lando in.
Lando's coming in for his stop now.
Here we go then. There's Lando, there's George. We might have done it, you know. Oh, we've done it. We've absolutely done it.
Caution, caution.
Russell has to tuck in, yellow flag. But crucially, we've got ourselves in this fight. It's not over yet though, we need to beat Russell by 4 points. As Russell goes through, they're going to now use all their deployment on their outlap as they usually do, so we'll stick with it. Lando doing us a massive favour on the outlap. Russell runs it in deep on the cold tyres. We're going to go through, we're going to cut him off at the nose. And we're going to go through. Russell loses a full second. A couple of seconds actually, so we might have carved him up there, but you know what, I'm taking it. Lando, take us to the promised land, mate. This is going to be interesting. I've got to do some calculations once the race settles down. But right now, we've got ourselves in the fight with that undercut. What an in-lap from us. What an outlap as well. And then, of course, Lando doing us a favour right to death by overtaking Russell on the in-lap. Russell got overtaken by Perez briefly, but is now back in front and into P5. Got to try and stick with Lando here. This is our golden ticket, sitting behind our teammate. Although Perez re-overtakes Russell, so it's going to be a moving parts race. Things are going to keep happening here. Either way, if we can overtake Lando at some point, that would be a nice little guarantee. We may need to overtake Lando depending on where Russell is. If Russell is P5, then we're going to have to pass Lando for the championship. So we need to stick with him. If Lando gets away, it could be out of our hands. It's down to Perez and what he could do. So we have to push it. Have to use all the battery to stick with Lando. We cannot let go. Wow. Wow. Says a lot about the pace. Not just from me, but from Lando. I'm pushing like crazy to keep up with him. And at the minute we are. I think we've got through the first phase where that push for the first couple laps on their tyres. Perez and Russell are battling still amongst themselves. They keep exchanging places on each straight. But now they're inviting pressure from Leclerc, who's getting close. So yeah, hopefully a little extra car in that scrap would help. And you never know, maybe if Verstappen starts battling with Hamilton, maybe there might be something in it for us here. But at the minute, this is the best we can hope for. We just got to stick with Lando until lap 29 and then hopefully overtake him. Russell seems to this time have gotten past Perez and got through with some daylight convincingly. So Russell will now be left on his own. So at the minute, we are not in a championship winning position. We've got the fastest lap, which is potentially key, but I'm not sure if we're going to hold on to it by the end of this race. And there we go. Russell takes it. Now that is bad news. We need someone else to get that point, because at that point, even if we overtake Lando, will not be enough. Checo's kept himself in the fight. But yeah, we need someone to take that lap away, which I'm not too confident someone will now at this stage of the race, and that's a .4 as well, which is a strong lap. So we might need Checo to help us out here. I'm going to try and pass Norris and see if I can try and get the fastest lap back in the process. I've been pushing on this lap to see if I can squeeze the pace on a little bit. We'll let Lando go back through, but this is important to see if I can get that point back. I need to find 2/10, which won't be easy, but we'll drain all the battery here. See if I can do it. Oh, yes. Oh, what a final sector. Now we can let Lando go back through. But we get that point, which could be decisive. That could be key. I simply don't have the pace to drop anyone because I don't have enough acceleration, straight line speed. But obviously I can push in certain corners, and that's where my car is strong. So we'll let Lando go here. We'll not fight. We'll keep working as a team. This is working well. Let Lando take the outside on the racing line, like so. Russell, Perez side by side right now. Into sector 3, that could be really, really helpful. Maybe bringing in the Aston Martin into the fight. You see, they're still going at it, and now they're starting to lose time. Although Leclerc isn't really close enough to benefit from this. Gap now 3 seconds, pulling away. Also, we're catching Hamilton here. So this is looking very good. The hard tire is...
Okay, some information on Norris. They seem to have an issue.
Oh, bad news. Bad news. More reliability trouble for Lando. So we'll have to pass here and hope we can hold on for the rest of the race. We'll wait for some DRS, so I won't rush. Got a full charge to run, so we'll use it. But we was catching Hamilton We'll see if I can still hunt after him using the full charge, but crucially, we can now do some calculations because we know where we're going to finish. So hopefully Lando can cast behind a little bit of time in Sector 3, which is where, of course, the time is. So here we go, losing quite a bit to Russell George. So we're going to have to push now and get through with the battery. Let's go for it. Thank you, Lando, for your service. Legend, mate. Nice in our hands. Got to try and push and break away. You get 15 points for P3, and we own the fastest lap, so we're going to get an extra point. Russell right now P6, which gives you 8 points. Lando now backing up Checo and Russell. Checo goes through. Russell does not, which is massive. Let's see if I can try and get Hamilton here. So big moment in the process, I've just noticed, of Russell passing Norris. Russell has lost out DRS to Checo, which is massive. We'll see how that pans out. Gap to Hamilton 1.7. I think we're faster than him. We can get P2 here, and that would really lock up the championship. Running out of battery now. Perez is matching my pace, if not slightly quicker. So I've got to try and get within Hamilton's DRS just to be safe. Russell doesn't have pace right now, so it's looking pretty good. Using all the battery here to see if I can try to get close, but Hamilton's keeping me at 1.1. Checo's slowly edging in. I just need to get DRS, although Hamilton's going to be in full power next lap, and so is Checo, which is going to make things very hard. Checo will be a threat next lap, and we're going to have to defend. We're going to have to hold our own if we want to keep P3 and the championship. Just managed to creep under a second there, but AI now presumably are going to go full power, so use up all the remaining battery. You can see how much we're losing to Hamilton there. Just got to make sure we beat Perez. All clear. Verstappen's going to win. Hamilton second, and we're going to finish third. Perez not close enough to challenge. Just got to keep it tidy. Russell P5, he'll score 10 points. P3 for us will score 15, which gives us a championship, and we have the extra point from the fastest lap as a backup bonus. Verstappen wins, and we are world champions in the McLaren.
Yes! Yes! We've done it! You are the world champion! Oh, what a win! What a season! We are going to celebrate hard tonight, my friends. Bring the car home. Nice one.
And so the celebrations begin, and well-earned they are indeed. It might have looked simple at times, but as any racing driver will tell you, competing at this level at the very top is anything but simple. There's no catching them now then. We have a new World Drivers' Champion. Well, Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today, but what set them apart from the rest?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everybody at the team.
There it is, championship secured. What a weekend. I did not expect to actually be that competitive in the second stint. It was looking a bit ropey on the mediums, I'm not going to lie. If the front four had just kept line astern and just, kept status quo and not moved or, battled, we was losing time. I just, I could see the gap growing and growing, and luckily they had a bit of a scrap. Hamilton broke away, it broke the DRS a little bit, and then Russell fell into the traps of Verstappen, who was faster, so it cost him time. And then crucially, we got an undercut. During that time, Lando battles with George, cost him some valuable time. And yeah, we deliver with a great outlap. And yeah, job done. What a performance. Boy, I'm sweating. That was as tough as a league race for me in terms of pushing on the limit every single lap. We also picked up the extra point for the fastest lap as insurance if necessary. And Russell was right there with us, literally less than a tenth slower. So yeah, we had to do it and we did it. What a performance. Both cars in the top 6. And yeah, let's look at the championship and let's lock in. As you can see, the championship, it's a heist. It's a heist. We stole it. Russell and Hamilton led for so long. Russell especially led for so long. And in the last 6-7 races, it just turned like that. And suddenly we was back in the fight. 4 wins in a row. Some retirements on Russell's side, which Mercedes are going to be regretting as they had a couple of consecutive DNFs. And yeah, we were back in the fight. We didn't deserve the championship in terms of, didn't do much until the very end. We didn't really have the car all season, but it doesn't matter where you start, it's where you finish. And we get the championship. Lando finishes P9, so he does actually finish ahead of Piastri. Finishes behind Checo. Could have maybe got ahead of Checo had his car not let him down, and possibly could have got Bottas as well. Either way, a decent season, and in many ways we've achieved our goal, or one of our goals, which is winning the Drivers' Championship. Now, I could end the series here, but I would love to win the Constructors' title. Now, my initial thoughts are I'm going to do a shorter Season 3 because there's no regulation change and the cars are near enough maxed out, so there's not going to be a lot of change. So it's going to be basically 16 finals in a way. That's what I'm thinking. Either way, I'll let you know in the next episode, in the pre-season one. Guys, leave a like on the video for the championship. Let's try and smash over 1,000 likes. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and that way you won't miss out on the start of Season 3. And yeah, we've done it. Championship secured. What a race. What a season. I've loved it, man. Really good fun. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Cheers to the channel members for supporting as always. You guys are legends. You're there every step of the way. I much appreciate all of you. As always, check out the 2 videos on screen, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, and that's goodbye from me.